So I've been pushing cortisol spikes if I suspect that I'm having one, because it's possible that anybody can have one. Like, I've been pushing them out a little bit further to try to see if there's something. And the thing is, you don't want to have one of these. It's never good. It's never a good thing. Like, if cortisol doesn't work on, it's like takes two to tango thing. Um, of course, it's a hormone. All hormones require to be balanced in order to facilitate some regulatory need. Like, they do regulate things, and that's why they're more dangerous to mess with. But cortisol is an interesting one because it can be measured in the society. Um, but maybe sometime, but if you are having one, it's too late. So, and it's like, maybe being intellectual doesn't help you. Doesn't help. A genius and a rationality is not it's not balanced. Will be some genius and some irrationality, and you'll be like, "What the fuck gives?" Like, hey, man. But it's a source of modern day propaganda. It's like the devil came out of me. The devil came up out of me and went and find this new home and some fucking sponsored media shit, political sponsored political media event, and it could be spasmodic, and it's something that I was having a cortisol spike, and it could go either way, and it could just take this shit and make a fucking slogan nearing campaign on it. And I swear to God, I've seen it happen before. And I feel stupid. I feel like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't say it. That's when I get remorse. That's when I start to feel like remorse. But then when it's remorse for me, there like are pundits, fucking like little wannabe, little off-brand puppet, fucking wannabe pundits, the punditry and the sloganeering shit. It's the same substrate. It's like the same food for it to grow in. And I don't want to say that this shit is inspired or anything, because like there's something I'm a little bit fucked up. As you can tell, it's not a lockdown. You know what I mean? Like there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses for acting like it's a lockdown. I don't even believe in the COVID shit. I never wear no mask or anything like that. I go up in the stores, they're not tripping. I try to look mean so they won't bother me. But fucking I still lock myself down too. Just like the people that believe in the Omicron shit. Like, they want lockdowns. They want lockdowns. I don't want lockdowns mandated, but I still have, like, for some reason, I don't want to go around mass people and shit. I don't like, because they want, it's like, who are you gonna blame for telling people when they can take their mask off? Because under the stipulation that you got all your boosters and shit, I never told anybody that they had to do all this shit. But that's just gonna be sooner or later that's gonna be like something cool to act like you were always like you were always like that. Fuck. Why can't you go now? Why can't we go? Because they're still listening to your boss. You're still letting your preacher tell you when you can kiss your wife, when it's okay, like this kind of shit. You know what I mean? You may kiss the bride. You may remove your mask. You may, whatever the fuck, who tells people what the fuck that they might do? She's trying to put all the responsibility in my hands so they can blame it for me when it's fuck up. Not just me, like, and people like our hands, they want us to tell them when it's okay. But then by that time, like, they'll be stuck or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because that just shows you that it will never. Who's gonna listen to me telling them it's okay? By the time if that was a strategy in the end game and shit, then they succeeded. I just don't want to be around it. I don't want to rationalize this shit. Oh, this is what it is. Forgive me for going on a rant. There is some expense taken out of a person from explaining something to somebody, and when references were given out to people, because they don't have to look up shit. You know what I mean? So they're going to show you what they haven't researched. And then you're going to tell them what they can research, and they're not going to research it ever. That's the thing. That's why it costs you. Because why should you have to talk to them at all? You know what I mean? They're lazy and they want to run over your shit. And they don't need no fancy book learning or any reputable, sources or anything like that. They'll fucking shit on their reputable source. They'll shit on them. Shit. If he doesn't go along with, I'm supposed to forget that. You don't want to hang with people that you don't ever know when they're going to throw somebody under the bus. I want to be some precarious fucking, that shit. God, man. Because everybody knows to show them love and dap and everything. They don't have one genuine admirer. Not run, like, do you need me to tell you just because it's a horde of fucking lemmings that, you know what I mean? Like, they're not emotionally developed, you know what I mean? They're just not. I might have been an asshole, and it doesn't mean if I'm ugly and I was an asshole that I couldn't. You never know when somebody, saying some people age, like I said, mature at faster rates, or maybe all at once in short periods of time, like